If you're like myself and have long dreamed of having your own pair of vintage winter booties, then this tutorial is for you. This project is a thrifty and affordable option to get the look. Before beginning, I would recommend researching advertisements of original 1940s winter boots. I have linked some of my favorite examples in the description below. You'll need a pair of plain faux suede booties, faux fur, the craft glue of your choice, fabric scissors, and faux suede cord for embellishments. I quickly want to show you the booties that I picked up on clearance for about $13. They have a low heel. They also have this nice V-cut down the front, which was really handy when attaching fur. Keeping with the thrifty theme, I bought this $2 clearance hooded scarf with a fur trim at Walmart for $2, and I just picked the fur off and then saved the scarf to wear on its own later. I started by just measuring my fur out, and I could tell right away that it was too thick, so I cut it in half. You really only need a few inches wide to wrap around both the inside and outside portion of your boot. Make sure you give your faux fur a good shake after cutting it because all of these little pieces always go everywhere. Now that it was cut in half, I'm trying it on my booty just to make sure it's the right size that I want. I also thought it looked better to tuck the raw cut edge into the inside so that you wouldn't see that abrupt stop in the fur. Now you'll want to grab your craft glue. The one I used will work on multiple surfaces and materials and is also waterproof. And you're going to apply a generous line around the outside of the ankle as well as the inside of the ankle. Before beginning, I would recommend reading the instructions on the back of the adhesive that you've chosen. Some of these craft glues can be quite strong smelling and irritating, so definitely do this in a well-ventilated area. I start wrapping it around and folding part to the inside of the ankle. If you're a vintage gal, I'm sure you've got some of these pin curl clips lying around. Use some of these or clothespins, whatever you've got, just to clip it to the boot while the glue dries. Continue this process all the way around the ankle. We're going to do the same process down the front, just applying a generous line of glue down the front. If your boot doesn't have a V-cut like this, just either sketch it out beforehand with a little piece of chalk or just kind of freehand it. And I'm also putting some glue on the underside of that little V-cut flap as well. And now we'll repeat the process, tucking the raw edge under that little flap. If your boot does not have the little flap, I would just roll the raw edge under and then glue that down so there's not an abrupt edge. And then I'm just going to trim off the excess and fold that little end bit under so there's no raw edges showing. And repeat it on the other side. The little end bits can be a bit fidgety to get tucked under attractively. I had to just try it a few times, just arranging it, tucking it, and adding a little bit more glue when necessary. And here's how the booty should look so far. Now is the time to add any more embellishment. I was going to do a faux lacing up the front, but the fur pretty well covered the front, so I decided just to do a bow. And here I tried a few different colors, but I liked how the black looked against the brownish fur. And surprise, we're getting our trusty glue out once more. And just put that into place. And here I'm just speeding through the process of the second shoe so you can see the whole process again and from a slightly different angle if that's helpful for you. Once you add your final embellishment on your second shoe, that is all you've got to do. So now I'm just going to wait according to my glue's instructions and leave my shoes alone for at least 24 hours. Once my glue has set, I remove all of my little clips holding my fur down and secure. So now I'm just giving my fur a little brush. We just put it through a lot. And once it's all combed, they look very nice and neat. So here is the finished product. And as shown at the beginning of the video, you can style it with a simple blouse and skirt for a more casual option. But I think these shoes really pop when they're paired with a dressier outfit like a more formal winter coat and gloves and a coordinating hat. And if you do want to wear these out in the snow or rain or weather, I would probably recommend treating them with some kind of waterproofing for shoes. I have not done that to mine yet, so I can't recommend a product, but I do plan to. So that is all there is to this tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you decide to make these, please tag me in any of your posts on Instagram. I would love to see what you guys make. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.